So a couple of weeks ago when the Chicago Bulls lost to the Miami Heat in the play-in tournament, I did my Bulls elimination rebuild. Now, unfortunately, 2K had a weird bug going on as Start Today was advancing into playoff time that after year number 2, your save would crash. So to make it up to Bulls fans today, we are going to be doing a 15-year Chicago Bulls rebuild. So what is going on, everybody? How is everybody doing today? Let's rebuild the Chicago Bulls. Now, I don't know what the Bulls are going to do this offseason. What they should do is let DeRozan walk, trade LaVine, try to trade Vucevic, and build around Coby White, Ayo Dosunmu, maybe bring back Patrick Williams on a one-year deal and their first-round pick and all the assets they get in the Vucevic and LaVine trades going forward. But I'm afraid that the Bulls are going to just re-sign DeRozan, draft a 4-year senior with their first-round pick, and run this team back that is clearly not good enough to contend in the Eastern Conference. And we got a long 15 years ahead of this team. So maybe we are going to try to stay competitive. Maybe we're not. You have the Knicks and the Mavericks in the finals, and the Knicks win in 6, and Brunson does not get finals MVP. It goes to Luka Doncic, the losing team. I mean, if Brunson won the Knicks a championship this year, he would go down as one of the greatest franchise changers in NBA history because of how down the Knicks were as a franchise before they signed him. So yeah, we are here in the lottery. We're not going to get Portland's pick this year. It's protected, and we're going to follow those protections going forward. Not going to cheat the system. We end up with the 12th overall pick in this draft. There's also a year that our first round pick becomes top 10 protected to the Spurs from the DeMar DeRozan sign and trade. I don't know why they pushed that pick so far back. So that is next year. And I mean, do I want to re-sign DeMar DeRozan to a 2-year deal? Not really. We are going to keep Billy Donovan as our head coach, maybe till next year. So I'm going to try to move. I don't know, man. I want to move LaVine, but I don't know what for, you know? And I think I'm going to try to trade Zach LaVine to the Brooklyn Nets. It shouldn't cost them too much, and they get off of the Ben Simmons $40 million a year contract. They are going to have to pay LaVine for 3 years, but they need to do something as they don't own their first-round picks going forward. Now, I would like some draft capital in return for this trade. I would take some of the worst picks that you have. I'm not trying to ask for those Suns picks. I'm going to try to get that swap worst with the Rockets in 27. And we're going to try to see if I can snag that Sixers pick in 27. So Ben Simmons, 2 of their lesser first-round picks for Zach LaVine. They're going to decline that. Now, I don't want to give them I don't want Dorian Finney-Smith. Do I have a veteran I could throw in this deal like Javon Carter? Helps you contribute next year. They're going to say no. Dorian Finney-Smith you're going to give me? I don't want Finney-Smith. Just take my second. Oh, my God. Really? All right. I guess we're getting Dorian Finney-Smith on this team. Sure. And we're going to do this trade with the LA Lakers. They're going to get some size. They're going to go out and get Nikola Vucevic for Jalen Hood-Schifino and Maxwell Lewis. Now, I don't know if I'm going to be able to find a Nikola Vucevic trade right now, so maybe we'll build up that trade value throughout the season. And unless we draft like a center 12th overall, I think he's going to be our starter opening night. And with the 12th overall pick, Matas Buzelis, a Chicago kind of area native, we are going to snag here. Super high potential. I think could be a good defender, maybe somewhat similar to Patrick Williams, but definitely less of a shooter right away. But I think has good enough ball handling for 6'10" and defensive upside where this could be a good pick. And deciding to go Matas Buzelis here, more of an upside play, that means I'm not going to bring back DeMar DeRozan. Now, Lonzo Ball opts in. Not surprised. We're not going to have cap space. I'm not going to act like Lonzo Ball is going to turn into 2021 Lonzo Ball or 2022 Lonzo Ball. We may barely play him next year. We're more focused on Ayo and Coby White. I think that's a little bit more realistic. We're going to pick up the team option on Dalen Terry. We could. He was a flash in the pan fun player last year. Why not? We're not going to have cap space anyway. We'll let the virtual dude get paid. So I'm going to offer Pat Will and Adama Sanogo the qualifying offers. It would be nice if we got Patrick Williams to come back. I'm going to let DeMar DeRozan walk, which is an end of an era. I'm not paying him that money, and there's no point in staying in purgatory. So I think this is pretty much going to be our roster going into next season. I just love having Ben Simmons, who I don't think is going to play for us because we have so many other guards. I mean, he could be a wing theoretically, but it's really just I want to see what Matas Buzelis can do this season. And I actually kind of just want to get a backup center, and I'm not going to play Dorian Finney-Smith. So we're going to trade him for Larry Nance as long as Larry Nance does not have a player option next year, and he does not. So we're going to do this 1-for-1 trade with the Pelicans. So we do get Adama Sanogo back on the qualifying offer, but not Patrick Williams. So Alex Caruso decides to regress. We love that. I think we're going to keep him around. If I can move him at the deadline, great. If not, he'll be an unrestricted free agent in 2025. All right, so looking at the roster right now, Lonzo will not be our starting point guard. It's going to be Ayo Dosunmu and Coby White back there. Lonzo Ball and Ben Simmons, what could have been for some of these guys. So they're each going to get like 15 minutes a night. Vucevic at the starting center, 32. I don't want to overplay Buzelis, 25 minutes. I think I'm going to start Dalen Terry. Why not? Yeah, like Torrey Craig's not going to play. I mean, we can give Adama Sanogo 10 minutes a night. We can see what he can do. So let's go 18 to Nance. We'll do 25 to Caruso. He could theoretically be our 6th man. And then I would like to go 34 to Coby White, 34 to Ayo Dosunmu, We can do 28 to Terry. We'll do 34 to Vucevic. And I'll do 2 more to Caruso. So this is probably going to be the season of mid. I plan on going, I don't even think we're going to hit 41 wins, but Billy Donovan could be gone. Half of this roster could be gone going forward. Like, just basically looking like Lonzo's probably going to be gone next year. Ben Simmons is gone. Hopefully when Vucevic isn't expiring, I can flip him. We're going to have to work on an extension for Kobe White. Nance is going to be gone. Caruso may be gone. We'll see. We start off the season with a loss to the Wizards. Oh yeah, this may be a long season. All right, so we are 14-38 at the trade deadline. We are that bad. I didn't think we were going to be that bad. Oh boy, we are by far the worst team in the Eastern Conference. 4 games worse than the Clippers and the Suns for the worst record in the NBA. Nikola Vucevic is shooting 44% from the field, averaging 17.8 points. The 3-point shot still isn't there, man. It just looks like 2021 was an outlier for him. Kobe White, what? Oh my God, Kobe. That's not good. I'd assume at least he's shooting 39 from 3, but can't hit a free throw anymore or a 2-point shot. Dalen Terry's actually not been too bad. Montes Buzelis, 12 points, 7 rebounds. I mean, I knew he was going to have some efficiency issues to start off his career. Montes been good, but like I said, he's probably gone. Caruso shooting 39% from the field. Well, this is just great. And I don't really have any trades in place. So yeah, this is going to be the rest of the season. Let's just take our worst record in the league, mantle, and move on. And Luka Doncic wins MVP. Wow, he won Rookie of the Year in this horrible environment. I mean, I'll take it. I don't really think he was good enough to win Rookie of the Year, but hey, at least maybe Buzelis is a bright spot of this team going forward. And obviously, he's going to get on All-Rookie first team with Ron Holland, who I think could have been better. At least I know he's better defensively. Alex Sarr. I mean, none of these rookies were really efficient this year by any means. Why is GG Jackson coming up? I don't know. So yeah, obviously we did not make the playoffs this season. Let's just throw 2025 in the gutter, move on. Hopefully we can only go up from here. And I would assume we finish the season under 40% from the field. At least Kobe finished somewhat better. I don't know, man. This was horrible on all fronts. Shai is your Western Conference Finals MVP. Donovan Mitchell in the East. And let's see who is going to win it all. It's going to go to the OKC Thunder in 6 games, with Shai being your finals MVP. LeBron decides to retire on the Pistons. You are coming back 1 more year, LeBron. Russ is heading to the Hall of Fame. Obviously, it would have been LeBron as well, but we decided to bring him back. So we are not going to fall to the top 10, which is good. That means we're going to get our first round pick this season. That Portland pick, I believe, is also top 10 protected, but let me double check. All right, so it's pretty much lottery protected every season until 2028. I was in a 3-team trade then. I'm pretty sure Portland got Larry Nance. I think Cleveland ended up getting Lauri Markkanen. So our pick, though, top 10 protected. It ends up going and staying at 1. Let's go. Cooper Flag, you are a Chicago Bull. Him and Buzelis, I think he's going to actually be pretty good defensively. So I'm definitely cool with that. We're going to give Portland their pick since it is lottery protected. All right, so with a new #1 overall pick, which we got lucky on, thank God. I thought that was Derek Fisher for a second. We're going to get a new head coach. I honestly think he was done kind of poorly in Phoenix, so I'm going to offer Frank Vogel a contract. So unfortunately, we weren't able to get Sam Cassell. The Celtics blocked it. So I think I'm going to sign, we could get the top Heat assistant, Chris Quinn. I'm going to go for Frank Vogel. I think a better coach in the room. Unfortunately, we're not going to, I think, get Brian Keefe as my top assistant. Actually, I should be able to get him. I think nope, he doesn't take that. Great. So with the #1 overall pick, the Chicago Bulls are going to select Cooper Flag from Duke. Him and Buzelis are the forward duo for hopefully the rest of this rebuild. And pretty much nobody wants Nikola Vucevic out there. So this is pretty much how the rest of the top 10 worked out. So Vucevic is going to play his final year in Chicago. I'm going to pick up the team option on Dalen Terry, Tatum, Mitchell, Kyrie, Butler, our free agents. Hopefully we can now build up with the young core we have to be a respectable free agency destination. It's been a while since Chicago has gotten a big name in free agency. I guess DeRozan was kind of a big name, sign and trade. They got Lonzo in a sign and trade as well. And you date back to, like, I guess the Carlos Boozer days. I mean, technically Dwayne Wade and Rajon Rondo. So I'm not going to bring back any of these guys. We're going on. It's going to be a new era. So right now, yeah, we don't have many guys under contract. We have 7 guys. So Kevon Looney is going to cost me almost the league minimum. I'm going to give him $2 million a year for the next 2 years, fully guaranteed. So he could be our backup center this year and next year. Man, going after Jamal Murray would be kind of sick because I never get him, but I think he's going to go back to Denver. So to run the second unit, Chris Paul, you want one last payday? Why not? 1 year, $10 million. I just want to be a little bit more respectable next year and keep developing, like, I guess, Dosunmu, Kobe White, and then obviously we want to keep developing Montes Buzelis and Cooper Flag. I think I'm going to try to get, oh, that's Terrence Mann. I thought that was Trey Mann for a second. Actually, there's Trey Mann. I mean, it's going to cost me $10 million a year. I don't know if I want to hand out like any long-term deals. So hey, Saddiq Bey, if you want to get paid next year, let's do a 2-year deal, team option. We're going to probably pay you more than anybody else would. Come and play the small forward position for us, probably coming off the bench though. And yeah, taking a look here at player progression, Kobe White is still our highest overall. This will be the final year of Nikola Vucevic in Chicago. Hope we got our money's worth. I guess it's going to be, what, 4.5 full seasons now? 5.5 full seasons. So our pick is now top 8 protected from the DeRozan sign-in trade in 2026 and 2027. And if we still get it in 2027, that means it becomes a 2028 second rounder. So trying to construct this rotation, I think it's going to be the same 1 and 2. We're going to opt for the Kobe and Dosunmu backcourt, but I think these guys maybe would be better suited as 6-man or at least one of them. So that's going to be the starting 5. This is going to be the 9-man rotation. I think Chris Paul, 14 minutes a night is fine. Dalen Terry, 18. Kevon Mooney, 16 minutes a night. Saddiq Bey could play a decent amount. Vucevic can get 33 minutes. Let's go 32 to the forwards, and then let's go 33 to the backcourt, but 34 to Kobe White. System proficiency under our new head coach, Frank Vogel. We were the worst team in the league last year, and we ended up getting the #1 overall pick. We ended up winning how many games last year? It was 24. Could we maybe flirt with 30 this season? We started off the season with a road loss to Zach LaVine and the Brooklyn Nets. All right, so we're actually 25 and 24. So we just hit our win total from last year. We're the 8th seed. There's a chance that this team makes the playoffs this year. It's because our defense is actually pretty good. We're 3rd in the East. Shout out to Frank Vogel, a defensive-minded head coach, turning this defense around. Kobe White looks so much better this year. 36% from 3, 86% from the line. Cooper Flagg, 19 points, 8 rebounds, 51% from the field, 33 from 3, 79 from the line. Ayo Dosunmu's averaging 18 points and shooting 40% from 3. He's been much better this year. Vooch is still Vooch, but he's putting up 17 to 9, so I kind of have to keep him around. Buzelis, 12.5 points, 8 rebounds, 2.5 assists. The efficiency is up, which is great to see. And then there's Saddiq Bey off the bench. Brutal numbers for Saddiq Bey. I doubt that team option gets picked up on. So Kobe White is a free agent at the end of the year, and so is Ayo Dosunmu. I kind of want to get these extensions done right now. So we're going to give Kobe White a 4-year deal worth $80 million. And then for Ayo Dosunmu, I think he's going to get paid just under that. We're going to give him about, what, we'll do $68 million throughout 4 years, but it's going to go up over time. Vucevic, though, will not be coming back. So we still have a pretty open cap sheet right now. We could have max cap space in the offseason if we decline the deal on Saddiq Bey, which we probably will. So Shai Gilgeous-Alexander wins MVP this season. Cooper Flagg, Rookie of the Year. That means back-to-back seasons we got Rookie of the Year. We know he's going to be on an all-defensive team one day. He's an elite defensive generational talent, I would say. And he's already on all-defensive second team in his 2nd season. Did we make the play-in tournament? We did. We're the 8th seed in the play-in tournament. How about that, Mapples, man? What a 1-year turnaround. Shout out to Frank Vogel. No shout outs for Saddiq Bey. So we can win 2 games here. Or we can afford to lose 1 game. We're going to play minimum 2 games here in the play-in tournament, potentially. We're currently down by 9 to the Milwaukee Bucks. Cooper Flagg's going off. Kobe White's having a good game. I'm glad to see Kobe White bounce back, because last year, I mean, I guess it was just a bad year for everybody. Unfortunately, we do lose by 18. I just knew I had 18 points. But Dalton Connect just put up 32. So we're taking on either Toronto or Atlanta. It's going to be Toronto, as they were able to beat the Hawks. Are we going to be able to beat them in advance as the 8th seed in the playoffs, or as an 8th seed? Are we going to get eliminated? But our offense is looking somewhat good. We had a strong second quarter. Shout out to Cooper Flagg, man. The dude is a beast, and we're going to have him and Buzelis for the next, I guess 12 more years now, which is exciting, and we ended up losing by 13 though. So unfortunately, we do not make the playoffs. This big 3 did great. Hopefully I can get a better rim protecting center in this draft. So our pick is top 8 protected. I doubt we're going to get it. It's probably going to go to San Antonio, and Portland's pick is lottery protected. And I don't think that they made the playoffs, as the Bucks, wow, as the 7th seed went to the NBA finals. And yeah, no playoffs for the Blazers, so we're not going to get that pick, as the Thunder win in 5 and Shai is your finals MVP. Bron ended up going back to Detroit. He ends up retiring. Chris Paul retires as a Bull. James Harden retires as a Maverick. DeAndre Jordan as a Pacer. Loaded Hall of Fame class. Former Bull DeMar DeRozan, who signed a 2-year deal with OKC. Yeah, I'm glad I didn't give him $40 million a year for those numbers. So draft lottery time. It's going to be an auto-generated draft class, and our pick at 7, Portland, lottery protected. Yeah, we're not going to have any lottery picks, which kind of stinks. It's just the way the cookie crumbled for this draft lottery. Is that Portland pick ended up being, where did it end up going? To 4. Please be good next year so I can get at least some first round pick out of you. And then our pick is going to go to San Antonio at 12. So yeah, we may lose out on some good guys in this class, unfortunately. But hey, we're going to have pretty much an open cap sheet for the offseason or for free agency. And I think we definitely build up our reputation. Maybe there's a good run protecting center out there. So with no draft picks, obviously no rookies to sign. As the #1 overall pick, Jermaine Bryant is solid, but Dante Rush looks pretty good. He was the 2nd overall pick to the Rockets. The Blazers got a solid power forward, it seems like. So yeah, Saddiq Bey not bringing him back. Buzelis obviously picking that up. We're going to have the most amount of cap space. So I think I'm going to let Julian Phillips walk. We're going to give Sanogo and Dalen Terry the qualifying offers. Yeah, Sanogo was actually not too bad for us in the 25 season. I actually don't mind bringing him back if he's going to be like the last man on the bench. I am not bringing back Nikola Vucevic, thank God. What centers are out here? Chet Holmgren, I would love him. Walker Kessler is restricted. Miles Turner would be great. He doesn't have a serious offer. Daniel Gafford a reunion here in Chicago, potentially. I think I'm going to try to get Miles Turner. Could I overpay for Miles Turner a little bit? 3 years, $90 million for Miles Turner. We have the money to spend. We could still have max cap space next offseason as well, because Buzelis, it's another 2 years for him. That's a free agent. This is why we're going to overpay a little bit for Miles Turner. It is going to be front loaded though, and the last year can be a player option for him. So I think that will go well both ways, and he doesn't have a real offer out there. So he's going to get $58 million guaranteed. At the end of the day, it could be $90 million. So we are going to renounce the rights on Nikola Vucevic, and we have a better center, in my opinion, and much more defensive minded and 5 years younger as he ends a very long career in Indiana. I'm going to bring back Dalen Terry on a 2-year deal, I think worth around $9 million, but the second year will be a team option. He could get more minutes, I guess, with Sadiq Bey gone. All right, I'm going to try to sign Markelle Fultz to a 2-year deal worth $4 million. He seems like he's in no man's land in free agencies, so we'll see if we can pick him up. And then Nickeil Alexander-Walker, shout out to the defender he's been for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Let's give him $6 million a year for 2 years, team option on the second year as well. So we get Fultz and Naw. And taking a look here at our player progression, we have Cooper Flagg up to an 84. Think about how good this front court is going to be defensively. And we're going to have Coby White as the starting 1, Dosunmu 2, Buzelis 3, Flagg 4, Turner 5. I think Dalen Terry could definitely be the 6th man, big year for him. I think we're going to go like 18 minutes to Walker, Fultz, and Mooney. I honestly don't mind giving Adama Sanogo a couple minutes as well. Maybe he's going to get, let's go like 9 minutes to him, actually. We can actually give him like 12 minutes. I want to see what he can do. So Cooper Flagg's going to get not that many minutes. I think he's going to get like 34. Let's go 30 to White and Dosunmu. And let's go 29 to Buzelis. So assistant proficiency under Frank Vogel, 3.5 star. Can we start off the season with a dub? Yes, we can for the first time in this video. All right, Markelle Fultz, I see you. All right, so we're here at the trade deadline with a 21-30 record. Honestly, not as great as I thought we would be at this point of the season. I thought we'd be a little bit better right now. We are still flirting with a play-in tournament spot. We are the 11th seed. Damn, we are 3.5 games back at the 9th seed. So I think we're actually being somewhat of a disappointment this season. Cooper Flagg, 19.5 points, 9.5 rebounds, 3.5 assists. So the rebounds are up, the assists are up. Steals, blocks, and points are around the same. But the efficiency has dropped a little bit. Free throw percentage is better. Overall field goal percentage is worse. So something to definitely keep an eye on. Will he be a good fit next to Miles Turner? Because obviously we're going to prioritize Flagg over Turner. Coby White, his efficiency has somewhat dropped. The scoring is down, but has still been a good enough player on that new contract extension. I would assume elite three-point shooting from him this year. That's worth the $15 or $17 million a year that we're paying him. Miles Turner's giving me 13.5 points, 8 rebounds. Oh, we didn't even sign him over from the Pacers. It was the Clippers. But shooting well from 3 from the field. I'm cool with that into his 30s. Matas Buzelis, 10.5 points, 7 rebounds. Damn, the three-point shot is just not falling. Is Matas going to be a bust? Potentially, which is quite unfortunate. Markelle Fultz, that efficiency really hasn't shown that he could have been a long-term point guard. That was a nice reward. Dalen Terry, who came back on the qualifying offer, or that 2-year deal, it may just be a 1-year deal at this point if he's never going to develop an outside shot. Adama Sanogo, honestly, may need more minutes. The dude is actually pretty good. Naw, unfortunately, has not been good. He's been kind of downhill since last year, so just a down year all around for some guys. All right, so Tyrese Halliburton ends up winning MVP this season with the Indiana Pacers. Judah Mintz is your rookie of the year. This dude was drafted in 2024. Nikola Topic, 6th man of the year behind Scoot. Wemby Depoy, most improved, goes to Jacoby Walter in Orlando. Giannis, clutch player of the year, and Dagno, coach of the year. So are we going to get Cooper Flagg on an All-NBA team? We do! Wow. He has a much better, I think, second half of the season. Ends up with a higher true shooting this year than last year. It's just that defensive play, man. Like, he is on not all defensive first team, but the Thompson twins are. He is on all defensive second team. And did we finish the season with a play-in tournament spot? We did not. So yeah, we added Miles Turner, I think an upgrade defensively, obviously over Nikola Vucevic, and we were worse this year. We finished 30-52. We do have our first round pick this year, so I'm kind of glad we lost it last year. But 8 or 10 wins worse this year. Frank Vogel, come on, man. What are we doing? But I think I want to spend a little bit of money this offseason. I don't know if it's to get a bigger name. I don't know if we're going to move Matas Buzelis, but I think we want to move on from maybe Naw and Dalen Terry and Markelle Fultz and Kevon Mooney. I think Adama Sanogo could possibly be the backup 5. Shea finishes with finals MVP, a rematch of the 2012 finals. Because Adama Sanogo, 9 points, 5 rebounds. I mean, the efficiency fell off a little bit, but I think could actually be a backup 5 with Kevon Mooney being a free agent. Yeah, like I don't expect Dalen Terry to be back next year. I don't expect Nickeil Alexander-Walker to be back next year just because of the abysmal season, and I don't think Fultz will be back either. So there goes Steph. He ends up retiring. No Chicago Bulls we see. Steph retirements, a bunch there. We do lose Josh Longstaff, unfortunately, and it is time for the 2027 draft lottery. Our pick is projected at number 5, and it is going to drop to 6. We do get Philadelphia's pick at 22 in this draft, and Houston's pick at 29, so we do own 3 first rounders. And as much as I like Coby White and Dosunmu, I don't think either one of them is like a franchise point guard specifically, like a lead initiator for this team to help develop Cooper Flagg and maybe still Matas Buzelis. So that's, I think, what we're going to try to upgrade this offseason. We do have all these first-round picks, or at least 3 of them. Zach Lewis out of Mississippi looks pretty good, but he's 23 years old. I don't know if that really fits our timeline. Joshua O'Brien, 6'3". Could be somebody if he fell to us at 6. Stephen Carr out of DePaul. I kind of like that idea, but we may need to trade up for him. Let's see how this draft goes before I think about trading for a point guard. The number 1 overall pick, the Clippers take Ross Reynolds, 7-foot center out of Ohio State. I think we could be in talks with the Jazz at number 3 if we wanted to trade up to guarantee the DePaul point guard. Kyle Flores goes at number 2 out of the G League Ignite. Looks a little better. Let's call up Utah and see if they're interested in... Oh, I completely missed. I also had 16. Okay. That's interesting. Could I give you 6, 16... Is that a lot to move up to 3 and 29? That's 3 first-round picks to move up 3 spots. But we're going to like that point guard out of DePaul, and I'm worried about another team taking him. So I think they'll agree to this, and they do. So hopefully he is good, and hopefully we can develop him to being a good point guard. And that is going to be Stephen Carr out of DePaul, 6'6". Love that. All right, so Stephen Carr is a 74 overall, so he's going to take a little bit of time to develop. Maybe we look for a bridge point guard that we could sign on like a 2-year deal in free agency. Sasha Dragic we got with the 22nd pick. So yeah, Dalen Terry's probably gone. Not going to pick up any of those team options. I'm going to give Adama Sanogo the qualifying offer, but that's it. So looking at this team next year, we have White and Carr. We have Dosunmu, Dragic, Flagg, Buzelis, Miles Turner. I would like to bring back Adama Sanogo. We're going to give him a 3-year deal. I think that's a lot for him right now, so I'm going to hold off a little bit. All right, I'm going to try to get another wing here, and we're going to try to sign Keldon Johnson to a 2-year deal, but throw a team option on the 2nd year. We are going to sign him, and we're going to renounce the rights on everybody but Adama Sanogo, who is going to be the backup 5 next year. There wasn't really anybody that I loved to get in this class. And like Jalen Williams was a free agent, but I'm like, why is he a free agent already? That doesn't really make a lot of sense. So if I offered Sanogo $6 million, 3-year deal, team option on that last year, I think he's actually going to decline that. We're going to get it anyway. Can I? Nah, I'm not going to be able to front load that. All right, so we're going to offer him that, and he should come back to be the backup 5. Miles Turner does have a player option next year, which he could opt out of theoretically. So Giannis goes back to Milwaukee. J-Dub goes to Atlanta. Brandon Miller back to Charlotte. Trae Young goes to the Golden State Warriors to replace Steph, who just retired. Benedict Mathurin to the Hawks. We are going to finish out our team with veteran minimums, but we have wings, we have bigs. I still wonder about point guard play. We'll see how Stephen Carr looks in year number 1. All right, so this is going to be the starting 5. White, Dosunmu, Buzelis. Big year for him as he's going to be a restricted free agent next offseason. Cooper Flagg, Miles Turner, with a bench of Keldon Johnson, Stephen Carr, Sasha Dragic, and Adama Sanogo. Yeah, I still don't think this is like a great team nonetheless. I didn't really want to spend my money this offseason. We could still have a max slot next offseason, so don't worry. We started off the season at home against the New York Knicks, and we ended up winning 131, 119. Dosunmu had 29, Cooper Flagg 20, 10, and 5. Turner and Johnson combined for 40, 10, 5, and 5, and 3 steals, or excuse me, 3 blocks for Matas Buzelis. We will definitely take that. And our 3rd overall pick, Carr, he went 1 for 6. All right, maybe not the greatest debut, but I think he'll be fine, and I'm excited to see what Dragic can do as well. Always like a player with the last name Dragic. Obviously, Goran's a legend. Carr had 3, 5, and 2. Wow, he is 1 for 11 to start off his career. Horrible. Trade deadline, we are 24 and 27 before, I guess, all the media outlets are going to be like, Cooper Flagg needs to request a trade. He's posting up an all-star caliber season. He actually may have been an all-star this year. Looking at it, yep, he made his first all-star appearance. He's going to be on an all-NBA team. Maybe he could win Defensive Player of the Year. Who knows at this point? Coby White, I don't know, man. I think this could be a big offseason for change-ups for us. Stephen Carr, I mean, I think he's been okay. Obviously, he's not hitting his 2s, but I think he could be a really good facilitator for us. But yeah, this could be a big offseason. Buzelis is shooting the ball well now. We don't really have any contract extensions to make. I'm not going to make any trades. Let's see if Flagg can drag this team to a playoff. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander wins MVP. Stephon Peterson is your Rookie of the Year, the 34th pick out of St. Bonaventure. Trey Johnson, your 6th Man of the Year. Depoy goes to Sor Thompson. Klingon Most Improved. Clutch Player of the Year, Luka. Coach of the Year, Mark Dagno. They went 70 and 12. We did not get Cooper Flagg on a top 2 All-NBA team, but we do get him on All-NBA 3rd team, averaging 22 points, 10 rebounds, 4 assists. Ryan Dunn on all defensive 1st team as well. I mean, yeah, we know how good of a defender he can be. Cooper Flagg on all defensive 2nd team. We did get Stephen Carr on all rookie 1st team. I mean, rookie guards tend to be inefficient, so hopefully we see much more improvement from him in year 2. Sasha Dragic, 35 from 3, 6.5 points. All right, fine stuff from him. Did we end up making the play-in tournament? We did, as the 10th seed. So yeah, 4 years into Cooper Flagg's career, we potentially made, or 3 years into it, we may not make the playoffs. Keldon Johnson actually wasn't too bad for us. I'm going to debate picking up his team option. We will see. So can we end up beating the 76ers and advance to the 2nd leg of the play-in tournament? This is just to stay alive in the play-in tournament, but unfortunately, we are getting blown out of the building here in Philadelphia, and we are going to lose by a ton. Now I'm kind of hoping maybe Miles Turner opts out, And we do, I don't know though, we had 2 rebounds. 2 rebounds, man. They have Stephon Castle. I think we're going to make some big moves this offseason before Cooper Flagg maybe gets a little uneasy here in Chicago. And Chet Holmgren, your Western Conference Finals MVP, Mobley in the East. The Wizards were the 1 seed this year, man. And Chet Holmgren, your Finals MVP, they 1-6. Okay. Who's on this Wizards team? They Brian Owens. Was he a point guard in this past draft? Oh my God, he was. He was a 6'1" guy. All right. All right, man, maybe we drafted a bust. Who knows? It's nice that it's unpredictable here in this rebuild so far because, you know, sometimes it's easy. Sometimes you always draft a guy. It's nice sometimes when you don't draft a guy and it provides a challenge for you. Dame ended his career on the Pelicans. We're going to see kind of a loaded Hall of Fame class here with KD, Kawhi, and Dame. And we do have the 12th overall pick in this draft. Do we have any other firsts? Yes, we do. The Portland pick finally ended up being outside the lottery. This was the last year that it could have been that, and we get it at 17. All right, Frank Vogel, you got 1 year left on your deal. Hopefully this wasn't a mistake. All right, we're going to try to make this trade on draft night. Kobe White, who's been good for us, man, but I think we're going to go in a different direction. I think I had to break up him and Ayo Dosunmu together, and Ayo, just with his elite three-point shot making, we're going to keep him around, which is kind of crazy. We're going to move the 12th overall pick for Derek Lively, who I think could be a lot better for us. He's 24 years old. Him and Flagg in that front court could be great for years to come. 23 mil, 24 mil, 25 mil, probably a little bit cheaper than what maybe a Turner extension would look like, and if Turner opts in, we trade him. So we're going to see, actually, would they just do White for Lively straight up? They would want the 12th pick, and you'd give me the pick in 2031. Is that the 12th pick? What pick is this? Yeah, the 12th pick. Wait, I thought we got the Blazers pick. Oh my God, no, that's at the Bucks, not the Bulls, Matt, you idiot. Oh, and the Mavericks have Alex Sarr. Yeah, I guess that makes sense then. Wow, he fell to 3. I forgot the Mavericks. How did they get the 3rd overall pick in that draft in 24? How is that even possible? Forget if they made a trade on draft night. Now I'm tripping. Wow. Okay, either way, let's try to do Kobe White for Derek Lively, and we're going to trade 12. Can I get that 2031 first? I'd prefer not to get D'Anthony Melton. Wow, did the price just change? What about if I throw a second? Oh my God, you got to be kidding me. What about 2 seconds? Does that get it done? What happened to the original trade, Dallas? What changed? All right, I just had to re-go back into this, and they're going to do it. All right, let's do that trade. Welcome to Chicago, Derek Lively. And Dallas, with that pick in this draft, they end up selecting Gerald Powers, a 21-year-old out of Illinois State. We're going to obviously pick up the team option on Cooper Flagg, as maybe expected, or maybe it's kind of surprising. 27 mil, Miles Turner opts out. 13 million, do I want to bring back Keldon Johnson? I think we could in free agency, but I want to have optimal cap space, in which we could move on from Matas Buzelis for sure, but I kind of want to go after Ja Morant. I never get Ja, and getting Ja here would be kind of sick. I don't know if he would accept that deal, but that is a top free agent. I think if we can get Devin Booker as well, we're going to offer him a contract, and we might as well just offer Zion a contract because we have a max slot available. But let's see what happens. Do we get any one of these guys? We got all 3. I never get Ja, so I'm getting Ja Morant on this team, which makes me look kind of stupid drafting a point guard last year, but I think we'll be fine. We are going to have to renounce the rights, I think, on everybody, but I don't think we have to on Buzelis, which is good because I would like to keep him around. Not for $42 million a year, though. I would take him back on the qualifying offer, but we have to fill out this roster somehow. So I'm going to bring back Keldon Johnson, 3 years, $36 million here in Chicago. All right, so I think if we're going to get Buzelis back on the qualifying offer, I don't know if we have to match a deal. And yeah, $12.1 million. I tried offering him 3 for 75, and he still declined that. Like, that's your fault. Ja Morant hopefully can bring us to the promised land this season. And this is what the starting 5 is going to be. Ja, Dosunmu, Buzelis, Flagg, Lively, with a bench of Johnson, Carr, Dragic, and Sanogo. Obviously, Cooper Flagg is a free agent at the end of the year. We're going to have to pay him a ton of money. If Frank Vogel, if you can't bring this team, I honestly think to a round 1, like, home series, you may get fired at the end. All right, so in our first season with Ja Morant at the trade deadline, we are 34-18. We are the 3 seed in the Eastern Conference, just 2 games back of the 1 seeded Miami Heat. Cooper Flagg is averaging 27.5 points and 10.5 rebounds. Ja Morant, 26 points. I just assume his field goal percentage isn't great, but he's still being a very good 3-point shooter. Matas Buzelis playing on the QO has been good. I don't know if I'm going to give him a max extension in the offseason. We'll see. Keldon Johnson's been fine. Sasha Dragic, I think, could eventually be a good player. I may have drafted a bust with a 3rd overall pick. It just sucks I traded up for him as well. All right, Wembanyama wins MVP. Lamar Griffin is your Rookie of the Year on the Atlanta Hawks. He was the 15th overall pick. Bob Carrington behind Darius Garland, 6th Man of the Year. Wemby, Depoy, Brad Little, Most Improved, 12th overall pick in 26. Cade, Clutch Player of the Year. All-NBA first team, you got Wemby, Ja Morant, Giannis, Halliburton, and Jokic. Second team, you do have Cooper Flagg on it. Let's go. We did not get, oh no, we did Ja Morant on All-NBA first team. Duh, I think it used to just Ja Morant in a Bulls jersey. Man, this is exciting. I feel like we could win a championship this year. We are the 2 seed in the Eastern Conference. We're going to be taking on the 7-seeded Pistons in round number 1. A team I think we could beat, but it is pretty good. All right, Derek Lively, let's see what you can do in the playoffs. Maybe I got to up your shot tendency. No reason for you to be averaging 6 points a night. And for the playoffs, I probably want to adjust these rotations a little bit. Like a Adama Sanogo. Ooh, he was bad. Damn, I was high on him. He was bad this year. He's going to get like 8 minutes a night. I think Stephen Carr can get like 10 minutes a night. Sasha Dragic, 17. 23 to Johnson's fine. Let's go 35 to Lively. We're going to play 41 to Flag, 41 to Ja Morant, and we'll do one more to Buzelis. So, can we beat Detroit? A division matchup here in round number 1, and we are going to end up... Oh my god, I thought we were going to lose there. We ended up winning in 7. Let's go. That's what I'm talking about. We won 126-119 there in game number 7. Funny enough, though, I'm actually going to be in Chicago from Monday to Wednesday after you guys are seeing this for the draft combine, which I'm very excited for. It's going to be my first time there. Going to be learning all about the 2024 draft prospects as we go up 3-0 on the Milwaukee Bucks team that has an elite defensive 5-some, honestly. I was going to say backcourt, then I was going to say 3-some, then I was going to say 4-some. Oh my god. Was this the best defensive team in the league? Because you have Case and Wallace off the bench? That is insane. They were the 4th best defensive team. That is insane. Are we going to sweep them, though? Let's go. All right, so we're taking on the Toronto Raptors here in the conference finals. They still have Scotty Barnes, RJ Barrett, Jakob Poeltl. They have Emmanuel Quickley and Hugo Gonzalez in their backcourt. I have a weird feeling they may win the lottery. We'll see, though. Don't lose to them. And we're in the finals with year number 1 under Ja Morant. That's what I'm talking about. We expedited this process, going out and getting Ja to carry us at the finals to take on the Thunder. The best point guard here since Derrick Rose. But we are down 3-0. Come on. Oh, Cooper Flag has been horrible. Buzelis has been horrible in the in the finals. And we are going to get gentleman swept most likely. That is the case. That sucks. Clint Capella retires. Same with Oladipo. Damn, that is crazy that we ended up just kind of getting blown out in those finals games. So, Frank Vogel, you earned yourself an extension, bringing us to the finals. So let's hope that it was the roster and not you, because obviously we had some disappointing seasons before that, but getting Ja Morant brought us to the finals. Cooper Flag is going to get a bag from us this offseason. And we took Alejandro Munoz here out of Mexico with the 26th overall pick. There's a chance Montes Buzelis isn't on this roster next year, so hopefully he can develop to being a good wing for us. So let's sign him. We also got Frank Ryan, a combo guard in the second round, a little bit older. Sanogo for $6 million. I'm going to decline. We're going to bring back Dragic, though, and Carr. Oh, man. I don't know if Carr makes it to his 4th year. Flag, obviously, get the qualifying offer from me. And then here we are in free agency. Buzelis at $42 million. He's done here. Could I get Cooper Flag's teammate at Montverde Academy, Liam McNeely, here in free agency? He's restricted, but he hasn't really done anything. Oh, wait. I don't think my mid-level exception is going to be able to make me get him, because I obviously have to re-sign Cooper Flag. It's the end of an era of maybe a Adama Sanogo, but definitely Buzelis here in Chicago. And Flag is going to accept my 5-year, $215 million exception. So what is my... Okay, we actually do have the mid-level. Let's go. Let me try to get Liam McNeely, who could be a good wing for us off the bench. Could I get him 4 years, $48 million? I think we're buying low on him, and this is a pretty generous deal. I don't know if they're going to match that. They may. That's such a good offer. And Sanogo, also a UConn guy, and McNeely decommitted from Indiana, and I think is going to UConn now. Please don't match it. Let's go. That is huge for us. All right, so going into next year, we have Morant, Carr, Ryan. We have Dosunmu, Johnson, Dragic, Munoz, Flag, and McNeely. We probably need one more center. I mean, maybe I bring back Sanogo on a 1-year deal. Yeah, why not? We could run it back with him. He's going to get like 10 minutes a night. All right, so this is the team going into next year. I think McNeely is the spot-up shooter. Could be great for us. Honestly, he may start. I don't know. It's either going to be him or Keldon Johnson. All right, so this is what the rotation is going to look like next year. Ja, Dosunmu, Keldon Johnson, Cooper Flag, Derek Lively with Liam McNeely, Stephen Carr, Sasha Dragic, and Adama Sanogo off the bench. We are 4-star perimeter-centric under Frank Vogel. First game of the season at home against the Trailblazers. We ended up losing by 9. Do I want to send Munoz to the G League this year? I think so, just for maybe the first half. And we started off the season 0-3. Great. All right, so we're 35-24 here at the contract extension deadline. We are going to, I think, look to extend Ayo Dosunmu, who's putting up a really good year once again, man. Ayo has been so consistent for us. So we're going to sign him to his age 34, 33 season. And we're going to ink up a new 3-year extension for Derek Lively, who's performing much better now that I increased his shot tendency. It was at a 35. Like, come on. And there it is. Cooper Flag takes home his first MVP award of his career. He put up 27 points and 11 rebounds, 4.5 assists a night, 54-42, 88 splits. That's kind of incredible. That is kind of incredible. Alex Sarr, clutch player of the year. He probably wouldn't have won that if we didn't trade for Derek Lively, so it worked out for both parties, and he's an All-NBA first team big man. But Ja and Flag, both on All-NBA first team, and then you have Sarr and Luka. Kind of cool. Up, and then there's Matas Buzelis, first year not in Chicago. Still wasn't the most efficient player in the world, but that hurts to see. And we finished the season as the 1 seed in the Eastern Conference. Okay, 51 wins got us the 1 seed. We would have been the 5th seed in the West. Flag put up 27 and 11. Ja 24 and 10 in his age 30 season. Adesumu was great. Liam McNeely knocked down 38% of his threes. Lively was real solid. Keldon Johnson couldn't hit his threes, but is still a fine scorer. Sasha Dragic kind of took a step back this year. Stephen Carr was pretty good. It's nice to see some progression from him, and he's still 6'6". Like, he could be a shooting guard for us. And here we are taking on the Indiana Pacers in round number 1 with Tyrese Halliburton, Amari Bailey, Dante Bridges, Tyler Smith, Ross Reynolds. They got Jamal Murray, Mitchell Robinson, Lenny Tatum, not Deuce, off the bench. They beat us in game number 1. We are up 3-2 on them. Do not lose. Okay, thank you. We win in 6. And there we go. Adesumu put up 22 points. That's what I'm talking about. All right, now we're taking on the Detroit Pistons with Cade, Shaedon Sharpe, Ausar Thompson. That's like the most athletic wing duo ever. They have Jaden Ivey off the bench. Still have Walker, or they still have Jaden Ivey. Now they have Walker Kessler. And we are going to sweep them to advance to the NBA Eastern Conference Finals for the 2nd straight year. Ja and Flag as a 1-2 punch is kind of dope. I can't lie. And can we beat the Toronto Raptors, who we beat in the playoffs last year, to advance to the NBA Finals? I thought they had Jokic for a second, but it's Nikola Jovic. Can we do it? Yes, we can. And we are in the finals to take on the OKC Thunder. And here we are, a rematch from last year, going up against the Thunder once again. Can we beat them? Can we at least make it more competitive than what the or what season was last year? That was the 2029 season. We do lose game 1 by 55 points. Are you kidding me? Oh my God, Cooper Flag fouled out in 32 minutes. He's supposed to be playing like 44. Oh my God, we lost by 4. Man, that is unfortunate. Are we really going to ruin Ja Morant's prime? Oh my God. Wow. Can some other team make it to the finals besides the Thunder? Damn it. They are 8-1 against us in the finals over the last 2 seasons. They are unreal. How many finals did they? Oh my God. They've won 6 in a row? Get out of here. That is actually insane. Oh my God. I really don't know what to do because we're getting to the finals. This team is so good, but we can't beat the Thunder. All right, I want to see if I can move Keldon Johnson, my 1st round pick this year, and my 2nd round pick this year for pick number 7 in this draft. They say no. I don't know if I have a player that I'd want to throw in here. No, not specifically. So I will throw in my lottery protected 1st round pick next year, and they agree to that. So now we have a top 10 pick that may not even be in the rotation, but we need to have these cost-effective guys on these rookie deals going forward, and I wanted some more high-end talent. Leroy Guerrero out of Minnesota, 6'8" point guard. Oh my God. That is some power forwards in this league. Some good players were off the board. I'm going to go with Guy Jennings, though. He's 6'7", 18-year-old shooting guard out of Illinois State. Could eventually be the Adesumu replacement. And him and Munoz could be on the wing together. We'll see going forward. So, Frank Ryan, I'm going to I'll pick it up. Why not? Dragic and Carr for $15 million. That is absurd. But he shot the ball well enough last year where I was like, you know what? I'll pick it up. We do have a Demo Sonogo that's a free agent. I would like to get a better backup 5. We could get Matthew Sutton, 7'2", former 27th overall pick. Why not? Let's give him a 2-year deal, but definitely going to throw a team option on that 2nd season. And funny enough, I forgot to tell you guys, we had Zach LaVine on the roster last year as a veteran. Lucas stays in Dallas. Donta Rush, he's a former 2nd overall pick, staying in Houston. All right, for the regular season, we're going to go with a 10-man rotation, actually. Same starting 5 as last year, but we're going to see what Munoz, Sutton, and Guy Jennings can do in the rotation this year. 4-star perimeter-centric under Frank Vogel. First game of the year, we do end up winning by 1 point against the Hornets. All right, good start to the year. So at the end of the 2031 season, Wemby wins MVP. Bryant Flowers, your rookie of the year. He was the 2nd overall pick by Brooklyn. Wemby also took home Depoy this year. We did re-sign Ja Morant to a 3-year, $150 million extension. Cooper Flag with a 50-40-90 season this year. But we did finish as the 2 seed in the Eastern Conference. We're going to be going up against the Cleveland Cavaliers in round number 1. Taking a look at the stats from this past year. Flag led the way in scoring with Ja, and then there's William McNeely, who did his job. He knocked down his threes. He also averaged 6.5 assists. Okay. Adesumu shot 43% from 3. Sasha Dragic, much better in year number 4. I wonder how much he's going to be demanding in free agency. Derek Lively still a solid center for us. And then there's Stephen Carr before he hits free agency. Still never really had a good shooting season, but he did, I don't know. If he played 36 minutes tonight, he probably would have averaged a ton of assists. All right, so let's see if we can beat the Cleveland Cavaliers that still have the really good starting 5 going forward. They also have Ulrich Chomsky here, who was I forget if he was clutch player. No, he must have been most improved this year. So let's see if we're able to beat them in round number 1. And we do just that. We end up winning in 5 with Ja averaging 27 and same with Cooper Flag. Can we beat the Toronto Raptors in round number 2? We've beaten them a bunch of times in the playoffs before and we lose. Damn it. All right. So after losing back-to-back seasons to the OKC Thunder, we lost in 7 games to the Toronto Raptors. So yeah, we've done a lot of years in this rebuild so far, and we've yet to win a championship as the Pistons won it all and Cade Cunningham is your finals MVP. Of course, the Thunder don't make it to the finals this season. So we did own Dallas's first round pick this year. We didn't own our first round pick because of the Guy Jennings trade up last year, but we did draft Luke House here in the second and Donald Kemp in the first. All right, I am not giving Stephen Carr $30 million or whatever he wants, $25 million a year. I'm going to try to get Sasha Dragic on 4 years, $60 million, and he is going to sign that with us. So hopefully we just get Stephen Carr back on the qualifying offer. Unless that goes down to like $14 million a year, then I would re-sign you, but if not, I'm not giving you that much money. All right, let's go. It actually did drop, so I'm going to give him, we'll give him a 4-year deal worth $14 million a year. Didn't even realize forgot he went to DePaul, which is in Chicago. And Ja Morant is starting to regress. Come on, let's get him a ring. This team should be good enough to win it all. All right, so Cooper Flag wins MVP this season in his age 25 year. It would be nice if he can add on top a championship to that to cement his legacy in NBA history. We are the 2 seed in the Eastern Conference. Will that mean anything? Probably not. This is still a really good team. Alejandro Munoz, look at that jump. 22 years old, former first-round pick. We have the core. We have the depth. Let's win a championship. We're taking on the Atlanta Hawks in round number 1. We should beat them. They no longer have Trae Young. They do have Jalen Williams. We are up 2-1, 3-1, and we end up winning in 7. Oh, boy. We ended up winning by 45 points. All right, we stay alive here. Now we're taking on the Washington Wizards. Leroy Guerrero, he was, what, 6'8" as a point guard. Still a pretty good player. They have Bilal, Denny, Hendricks, Floyd Badunga. They got Devin Carter, Jalen Johnson. It's a good team, but we are able to beat them and have gone to our 3rd conference finals in the last 4 years. Ja is playing like a man possessed these playoffs. Let's continue this run, and let's beat the 1-seeded Pistons, who are 8-0 in the playoffs. Oh, that's such a good team. Oh my God, that is an elite starting 5 with an elite 6th man. Can we pull off the upset? Game 1 goes to Detroit. Game 2 to Chicago. We just handed them their first L of the playoffs by 1 point. Come on, Ja. Game 3, Detroit. Game 4, Detroit. Game 5, sadly, Detroit. And the Pistons win in 5. Damn, still no rings in this video. We are ringless. It's just been the Thunder, the Pistons, and a lone Knicks championship. We do have AD and Kyrie Irving heading to the Hall of Fame. I may have to make a change this offseason. And I think we are going to let go of Frank Vogel. He just got let go, actually, by the Phoenix Suns. Joe Mazzulla, can we somehow get you or you're going to get blocked? Ty Lue. He's won a title before, and Ty Lue will be the next Chicago Bulls head coach. With our first round pick, we took Abraham Reeves, a 6'9" power forward out of Portland, and Julio Sullivan in the 2nd round. Gonna pick up the team option on Guy Jennings, who hasn't been great so far. Hopefully he's better next season now that Carr is probably gonna be gone. I'm not gonna give him the, well, I don't know if he actually can get a qualifying offer. I don't think so. Yeah, we're going to move on from him. Oh, no, I'm dumb. Yeah, I forgot we signed him to an extension. I think I'm going to look to trade him. Now, I'm going to try to trade for Carter Bryant. I'd like to keep Adesumu since he's an OG. So could I move possibly Carr for Bryant? I will also include maybe Julio Sullivan, our 2nd round pick. Would they do this? They would want Desumu for Donnie Berry. I would like to keep Desumu, like I said. I would give you my 1st round pick next year. Would they do that? Yes, they do. So we add Carter Bryant. Gives us some more size. We could now play Flag at the 3. All right, Ayo Dosunmu unfortunately regresses. This is probably going to be his final year here. Could we possibly get him a ring on his way out? All right, so Alex Sarr of the Dallas Mavericks wins MVP with truly an incredible season. I'm just hoping there's Leroy Guerrero, but I just want to get a ring. I just want to get a ring with this team. Hopefully Ty Lue can put us over the hump. Shout out to Ja and Flag once again. But we did finish as the 3 seed against the Washington Wizards. Oh boy, are we about to be a 1st round exit team? Then I don't really know what to do. Then I got to move, I think, Derek Lively or somebody like that this offseason. Can we beat the Washington Wizards and advance to round number 2? This would be rock bottom for me. All right, we ended up winning in 6, and we get to play the 7th seeded Sixers. I do not mind that whatsoever. The Sixers beat the Orlando Magic. They have a very good team, but no longer have Embiid, but they still have a good enough roster. And we end up beating them in 6. So for the 4th time in 5 years, we're in the conference finals. But we got to take on the team that pretty much pummeled us last year in the Detroit Pistons. And they have such a good team. Oh, they're going to beat me again, aren't they? Oh, my God. Oh, my God. We lost Game 7. Really? We were up 1-0. Damn, we were really up 3-1. We just blew a 3-1 lead. I can't win. I can't win, man. The Pistons and the Thunder have been owning me in this video. You know how jealous I am of this? Just watching the Thunder win all these rings and then the Blazers, or excuse me, then the Pistons. This was supposed to be us. We're at the point where Jokic and Embiid and Cat are going into the Hall of Fame and I still have 0 rings to show for it. This was supposed to be a gesture to Bulls fans today, and I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. All right, so we get Ayo Dosunmu and Liam McNeely back on contracts, and then I'm going to bring back Alejandro Munoz as well. All right, I'm going to make a pretty big trade with the Brooklyn Nets. We're going to send them Sasa Dragic, former first-round pick for us, been here for a while, and Derek Lively for Jess Person and Anton Gornev, who might play for us, who might not, but Jess Person, I think, is a nice upgrade over Derek Lively, at least offensively. And Tyrese Halliburton has gotten an MVP award in his age 34 season now. And the Chicago Bulls are the 3 seed in the Eastern Conference. Damn, I thought we were going to be a little bit better. Guy Jennings had his inefficiencies this year. I did re-sign Ja, Carter Bryant, and Cooper Flagg to extensions. I don't know if this team got better or got worse. I mean, Cooper Flagg had somewhat of a down year compared to what he's done previously. Are we able to beat the Charlotte Hornets with Anthony Black, Mark Williams, City Sissoko now starting for them? It would be nice if we can advance here to the second round of the Eastern Conference playoffs. And we were up 2-0. We win in 7. But that is giving me no hope that we're going to be able to win it all with this Bulls team. And we're going to take on Halliburton, the MVP. They also have Lenny Tatum as well in that backcourt. Rocco Zikarsky, Simon Ingram, Mitchell Robinson is there. Noah Clowney, Josh Green. Can we beat them and advance to the Okay, yeah. I was speechless. I was going to say the NBA Finals, and I was going to say the Conference Finals, and we beat them, which is great, and we're going to be in the Conference Finals once again. We are going to be taking on not the Detroit Pistons, which is nice. It's going to be the Washington Wizards with Leroy Guerrero, who's a 93 overall. That's a good team, man. That's a good team. All right, I'm nervous. And then, of course, you got OKC San Antonio on the other side. So, oh my God, another 3-1 lead. How are we doing this? Are you kidding me? We lost by 1 point in game 1, and then we end up winning by 7, winning by 8, winning by 14. We're up 3-1, and then we somehow just get blown out, and then in the next few games, lose by 4 in game 7. This rebuild is cursed, and the Spurs win it all. Wemby's your finals MVP. Another Eastern Conference Finals loss. That's what, 3 in a row? And Giannis Antetokounmpo is heading to the Hall of Fame. I would like to get 1 ring in this video. That would be nice. All right, I want to upgrade back a point guard play. I'm going to move Alejandro Munoz and my first in 2 seconds for a future first, but I'm getting Joshua O'Brien, who averaged 8 assists last year for the Toronto Raptors, and I get a future first rounder in that deal as well. I'm protected. And then I'm going to do this blockbuster with the Dallas Mavericks. A sign and trade with Guy Jennings. I'm going to move Donald Kemp and a swap with Dallas, and I'm getting Jack Schultz, 25-year-old former San Diego State Aztec, spent 1 year in Dallas after spending 4 years in Utah. He was the 5th overall pick, and he's going to be a pretty good wing for us. So we made some pretty big moves this offseason. I mean, like, this is a really good team still. And Cooper Flagg won MVP this season. There we go. And we finished the year as the 1 seed. Will that matter, though, at the end of the day? I do not know, but I feel like this is the best team, like adding Jack Schultz, adding Jess Person. Schultz, former 5th overall pick. I didn't realize he was making that much money. And Person was a former 20th overall pick. We're taking on Giannis's old team, the Milwaukee Bucks. Giannis obviously did retire. We should beat this team. I thought that said Bryce Harper for a second. Can we beat the Bucks in round number 1? A rematch from round 1 in 2021, and we end up beating them in 6. Let's go. Or would this be 2022? No, I think, no? 2021? No, 2022, definitely, because then the Bucks ended up losing in the next round to the Boston Celtics, and in round 1 in 2021, the Bucks beat the Miami Heat. So don't lose to the Raptors. All right, so we can maybe get revenge on the Pistons for beating us all these times in the conference finals. Here we are in the conference finals once again, though. Wow, in round number 2, we really had a scoring output. 28 points for Flagg, 24 to Schultz. Shaw is 35 years old, man. He's been here so long. Can we get him back to the finals? Yes, we can. We end up winning in 5, but of course we couldn't take on the Grizzlies or the Timberwolves. We got to take on the Thunder, the team that beat us back-to-back years in 29 and 30. So it's been 5 years since we've been in the finals last. Can we maybe get it done? We win game 1 by 30. All right, game number 2. We lost by 2 points. Damn, 2 points away from being up 2-0. We do end up winning game 3. We dropped 146 on them. Hell yeah. Game number 4 goes to the Thunder. Wow, we scored 9 points in the first quarter. Can we win game number 5? Yes, we can. Oh my God, can we win the finals, please? Please. Oh my God! No! If I lose in game 7 for the 3rd time in this video to the Thunder, I'm going to lose my mind, and we're getting blown out. Please. Please come back. Oh my God, we're down by 18. Why? I hate this game. I hate it so much. Come on, Trey Johnson dropped 51. 51. Third time in this video we lost in games. No, I'm sorry. We didn't lose in 7 games to these teams before they blew us out. So at least we got closer. But come on. That sucks. There goes Devin Booker and Donovan Mitchell. They head to the Hall of Fame. So here we go. Entering year, I think this is year number 13 with 0 rings. That hurts so. And we ended the season again as the 1 seed. They sucked me in last year thinking I was going to win it all. I'm hoping it can happen here. Like I said, 3 years left. And we have 0 rings. Let's just try the simulate playoff method, right? Will this bring me to the finals? We sweep Washington, and we lose in 6. I'm going to throw this chair out my window. I guess Ja was a bad ad. I don't know. I mean, he turned this team around. Oh, my God, that kills me to see Buzelis in the NBA Finals. Is Buzelis going to get a ring? He does not. They lose to the Heat in 7. But you got to be kidding me, man. Oh, my God. This team is so good. I might have to trade Ja in the offseason. Trae Young just head to the Hall of Fame. Trae Young is in the Hall of Fame and we don't have any rings. We are 0 rings of steel right now. But I want to win a ring with Ja Morant. I really do. And Ja Morant has now regressed to a 91 overall. I don't get it, man. Cooper Flagg has won multiple MVPs. We've been 1 seeds every single year, but we still can't get it done. All right, I'm making a trade deadline trade for once. I'm moving Carter Bryant and Anton Gornev, a former 17th overall pick, for Mark Hickson, but we're getting Charles Livingston, who I think is an upgrade over Carter Bryant. Right now, we are 34-18. We're in that middle of the pack. Well, not really. The top end of the Eastern Conference, fighting for that 1 seed. All right, so we just got MVP in Cooper Flagg. And we got 6th man of the year in Liam McNeely. We did get coach of the year as well. Nelson Patrick, I did sign last offseason, moving on from Ty Lue, because nobody could get it done for me right now. So we have MVP, 6th man of the year, coach of the year, and the 1 seed in the Eastern Conference. Will that be enough to get it done and actually get a ring? I'm going to assume no, because I've been saying this every year, and we lost game 1. Like, how do you just lose game 1? It just sets the tone for the rest of the playoffs. And now I feel like we're going to lose to the Miami Heat, in which they did beat us last year. We do beat them in 5, so now we're taking on Milwaukee, who we've had our luck against in the playoffs, and they have Derek Lively as well, our old friend. We are going to sweep them. All right, we get the Kings. It's not the Thunder. Every time we've made it to the finals, we've gotten the Thunder. This feels good. This feels good, and we just swept them. Finally, year 14. 14. We finally get a ring. And then Ja Morant calls it a quits and he ends up retiring. That is insane. All right, well, that was our window, I guess. And he's going to head to the Hall of Fame as well. Ja Morant played so many years here in Chicago, but finally got a ring in his final year. And we retire his jersey number as well, which is pretty dope. So our point guard will be Joshua O'Brien next year. He's a good facilitator in the post-Ja Morant era for the final year. And Cooper Flagg is your MVP for the final season of this video. We are going to be the 2 seed in the Eastern Conference taking on the Indiana Pacers. Joshua O'Brien is the starting point guard, averaged 8.5 assists. Hey, we'll see if Cooper Flagg can carry this team to a championship. And maybe all these years, Ja could have been the weak link. So, year number 15, can the Chicago Bulls get another ring, or am I just going to be disappointed in the playoffs once again? Hey, we're in the conference finals, and we lose to the Pistons in 7, and it's Detroit and Thunder. I feel like, you know, like that Squidward meme of, like, Patrick and SpongeBob outside. That's us with the Thunder and the Pistons in this video. Oh, my God. We lost by 3 to them in Game 7. That is, like, the 5th time or 4th time in this video we've lost to the Pistons in the conference finals. I guess we could just kind of see it was definitely 2 out of these 3 years, maybe even 3 of them, so at least 3 or 4 times. And yeah, that is going to pretty much wrap up this 15-year rebuild. Like I said, all the way in the beginning, I wanted to make this because of the corrupted Bulls rebuild I did when they got eliminated from the play-in tournament, so I wanted to make this up for Bulls fans and do a longer rebuild for them. It actually would be hilarious if the Bulls ended up with the #1 overall pick in the lottery, and then I'm doing a Bulls rebuild again tomorrow. That would be hilarious, but I hope you guys did enjoy. Drop a thumbs up if you did. I love you guys, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.